Has your car ever vibrated on idle, has excessive exhaust smoke, or has just been making engine noises? Chances are you need an oil change. Today I'm going to talk about how to change your motor oil. I've learned to change my oil from the past few years, and I've gotten it pretty down pat. It's a pretty easy process. My best friend worked at a Firestone high school, and he made sure I learned how to do it. So today I'm going to talk about what you need for the oil change, the steps to do it, and then the cleanup after. So you can get your oil, you need your oil and your oil filter, which I get from AutoZone, and we'll show you that later in the video. All right, so continuing from earlier, we got the car on the ramp now, the hood open. We got the oil and the filter from earlier. So we got the parts we need. Other parts is the socket wrench. We need it to get off the screw from the oil pan, so get the oil out. And then these ends to get off the oil filter and to tighten it back on when you put it back on. So now that we got it ready, up here is the cap you're gonna need. So this right here goes to the engine oil. We're gonna open it up later, that's where we'll put it in. Here's the dipstick to check the oil level and where it's at. And yeah, so we're gonna start by letting it drain, and we'll do that. All right, so all those parts you can get from a local auto parts store, such as AutoZone or Napa. You also need some cleaning up tools, such as a towel, and then anything else, and a creeper to get underneath. So we're gonna start with the steps. So first thing, like I said, is emptying it. So we'll show you the oil pan. So the oil pan will look something like this, just a regular pan. If you just started the car, it will be hot, so be careful. But any pan like this, you're gonna have a little screw on it, and that's what you're gonna unscrew. It'll look different for every car, so you just gotta look up what it looks like or know what you're doing. Okay, so now we're gonna empty it. I'm gonna unscrew it, and you gotta be fast with this so you don't get oil on your hands. It's gonna be very hot. And then you're gonna make sure the oil pan is underneath it, and you're good to start. Just like that, and then we're gonna let that go. It'll take a while, and then we'll come back in a little bit. All right, so it took about 10 minutes. It'll take a while for the oil to drain. Put the screw back on. About to change the filter. So the filter is just gonna look like a regular cylinder. They look different for each car. This one's right by the oil pan. And then you gotta move the oil pan under the filter because it will leak oil too. Yeah, it takes a while for the oil to drain, and then we're gonna do this, and we'll come back after it too. Okay, so yeah, so we took the oil filter off, the oil drained into the pan. So it'll change from different cars. Sometimes you have a whole new filter to get, or you have a compartment like this, you put the filter in. So for this guy, you put the new filter in, change the O-ring, which you can take off with a tool like this, just pick it off, change it. Don't even worry about the smaller parts. You can, it's just a different way to drain it. We won't worry about that. Just look up for what oil filter your car needs, and you're all good. We'll skip to that. All right, so put the new filter on, make sure that's tightened, and the plug that goes into the oil pan, make sure both those are tightened. You're good to go from the car. So now we're up top. We got the cap for the engine oil. It'll tell you what oil you need on it for most cars. If not, you can check in the owner's manual. So we're gonna use a funnel, put it on, or else you're gonna get messy. And then we're gonna pour the oil in. It'll also tell you how much you need in the owner's manual or online. So we're gonna do that, and we'll check back in. All right, so we took it off the ramp, put the oil in, put the cap back on. So now we just gotta check it. We'll run it, and then check it, make sure it works. So you wanna run the car for a few minutes so you can check the oil. Take out the dipstick, check it between these two lines. You want it to be between these two, not over, not under. This one's clear, it's right about here though, which is a good place to be at. You don't want to go over, or it'll mess with the pressurization in the engine. And then after that, you're all good. We use synthetic oil, which can go for 7,500 miles, but definitely check it after 5,000. Regular oil change will be 3,000 miles. Just take it, check it in every few miles with the dipstick, and you're good to go. So we went over what to get and where to use it, where you can get the parts at. We went over the steps of how to change your oil. Now, all you gotta do now is clean up. Use a towel, wipe myself off the oil, clean up the ground if you got any marks, make sure everything's good, close the hood, and then reset your oil life in the car, which varies from car to car. And then you're good to go.